Thank you for staying with us. Julie, it's so unfortunate that this has degenerated to a serious political crisis.
And, you know, we've been saying that these people didn't mean well. All of the funny allegations against the deputy governor, they can't prove even one of them. And you are calling those allegations gross misconduct. What is happening is gross betrayal of the Ondo people. The people want to see governance in the real sense of the word, but people who are already planning for life beyond 2024, who want to make sure that it is someone within their own political loop that inherits Akeredolu's office. They are the ones behind all of this. Ideally, coming back from the meeting with Asiwaju, they should have transmitted power to the deputy governor so that he can function effectively as an acting governor, take big decisions, move the state forward.
Yes.
But they got back.
Cover the...
And the man made concessions. They made him sign an undated resignation letter. Why did the president do this? All to make those guys feel comfortable that, look, there's no need to continue this fight. Because they wanted to get him out of the way by all means.
And they won't dissolve the cabinet.
So, and he also promised that he would not dissolve the cabinet. But as soon as they got back, they began to behave just the way they have been behaving since Akeredolu fell ill and became incapable of functioning in his capacity as governor. I'm not surprised that these things are happening. I'm not surprised. In fact, it would have been a shock to me if they were not doing this.
But Ari Datiwa presided over the first executive council meeting some weeks back, and is it still lame duck?
If there's anything worse than lame duck, I will call him. Because they just didn't give him the power. They appointed people to take charge of local councils. He did not know about it. He did not know about it. Even the decision to do a meeting was not his decision. He can't come out now, look me eyeball to eyeball, and say that I was the one who called that meeting. I mean, this is what has been happening. What is happening in Ondo State is ridiculous. People are taking the hunger for power, the appetite for power beyond the reasonable level. This is what we are saying. Why would people go to the point of forging the governor's signature and handwriting? Why? And now forensic analysis has now shown that indeed those the signatures were forged. So the EFCC has been notified. What the EFCC needs to do now is to begin to make arrests. They need to begin to make arrests to show that the EFCC is the EFCC that we've always known. You have to move in now because you've received the petition. The EFCC chairman can't claim that he has not received petition. So the people mentioned, they need to come and defend, okay, this signature is inconsistent with Akeredolu's signature. How come this has happened? They need to answer questions. And the law does not permit you to forge my signature.
The criminal offense. Now, looking at the dynamics, I think a lot of people will tell you that it's about 2024. It's about the succession bid, that some commissioners are interested to succeed Rotimi Akeredolu, and some don't want the deputy governor to have a kind of edge.
What is going on is very dangerous, because we may find ourselves in a situation where very serious crimes will be committed in the name of the governor of Ondo State without his knowledge, by forging signatures. You know, I think the governor has been insulated from the public, you know, by thick layer of profiteers, hangers-on, palace jesters, profit seekers, who don't love the governor for anything.
Rent seekers.
But desperate for primitive accumulation of wealth. They want to exploit his situation to make money. As it is now, we have a legitimate governor of the state, but there are many de facto governors who are acting who are fronting for the governor without probably the knowledge of the governor. I believe that even if there is the deputy governor has the opportunity to see the governor, I believe most of those things they are attributing to him, they are not true.
Yes.
They won't even allow him to
I'm telling you. So we advise the party, the national leadership, to set up a small committee to meet Governor Akeredolu.
No.
It is if they have done it and it has failed, perhaps they need to do it again, because I don't think the governor is even aware of most of the things that are going on.
Yes.
If he's aware, if he's in a position to sign checks and approve checks, he will sign by himself. And then if he's in that position, then he should be able to hold meetings with one or two members of the Federal Executive Council to even bring the gentleman to Nigeria. I think it's to further the economic interests of these individuals. They should have allowed him to. They should take him to where he can get the best medical services if they really care about his life.
Yes.
I tell you, these are his enemies who don't care about whether he lives or dies, but who are only primarily concerned about their own nest. Yeah, to accumulate wealth. So it's a very delicate situation. We just hope that be a kind of intervention. The best way to do, the righteous thing to do, is to allow the deputy governor to act. We hope that we pray that the governor will recover his health. Then if he recovers, then he comes back to take charge of his duties as the duly elected governor of Ondo State.
Okay. Joining us via Zoom now is a senior journalist, Richard Akinola. Thank you for joining us. What is happening?
What's going on? What's
in
going
Ondo
on
State, our beloved state?
Of the highest order. I mean, it's a shame that a state that the lives of Gadifa Himi, the lives of can. Aketi doesn't deserve this. Aketi is a nice human being. He doesn't deserve this thing that they are doing. I mean, running rings around him. Like Ayo rightly said, the man ought to have been in Germany in the first place. But because of some few selfish individuals around him, well, I mean, the deputy governor is having an upper hand. But governance here, not about personal interest. But what is playing out here is just a matter of personal interest of some few family members and some few political elites in that place, not the interest of Ondo State. And and I feel embarrassed that is my state, and they are being held hostage by a few due to their selfish interest. It's unfortunate because as when some of them claim that a governor can run the state from anywhere for Ibadan, why has he not been in Ondo since he came September 9? Like he came back from Germany? Does he want to be in Akure? Can he be in Owo, his hometown? Let him call a press briefing, interview, TV interview. Let him be interviewed and be asked to know his mental capacity. But he finds that the mind is not in the right set of mind right now. And it's unfortunate that all that. That's why I'm not surprised all these kind of forgeries. But I believe that whoever is being involved in all this kind of treachery, all this past will not go unpunished. Thank God that the matter forwarded to the EFCC, we will put EFCC on the toes that, well, this will be their first. Forget about Yahoo boys and let how some of these political hirelings are dealt with. Because haven't seen what happened to late President Jaradua. Taraba State. The same set of self-politicians brought some time from US. The guy didn't know his right, left from right because of the accident he had. Making the drive in, and the same set of templates is being used in those states, which is very unfortunate. So, if they claim that Akeredolu is well and able, live TV interview, let journalists ask him questions. Let him address the state. ahead and doesn't consider that Akeredolu made the position known when he was NBA president concerning Yaradua, when Yaradua was in situation. And people are not even caught history. How will history record Akeredolu on what he has said as NBA president? People are not conscious of Akeredolu. Yes, some people claim loyal to the governor and loyal to the governor or loyal to the state. Come on. Let me give an example. In 1990, Abubakar Umar was one of the closest of them President General Babangida. Yes. And June 12th crisis erupted. Umar went to go and meet Babangida, and I hope what I'm hearing is so true, that you want to hold this election. That for the first time, I'll agree with you. And when the Babangida annulled that election, Umar sacrificed his rank, resigned for the army. Until today, Babangida still respects Umar for that principal position. So why can't people just take the right decision instead of claiming that because they are loyal to the governor? No, that's not loyalty. That's selfishness. That's perfidy. That's perfidious. And I can't just understand it. Holding the people on Ondo State hostage is uncalled for, and we will condemn it. We're going to condemn it until the right thing is done. I don't care who is I can't even pronounce his name, the deputy governor. The right thing needs to be done. The deputy governor needs to act, because nothing can be done as a deputy governor if he doesn't act as the acting president. So, for example, on February 3, 2010, Dora Akuyuli, as the sitting minister of information, went to the Federal Executive Council with a memo asking the members of FEC to to prevail on then early President Yaradua to transmit letters to the National Assembly so that the Vice President, Goodluck Jonathan, could act. But he was shut down by some members of the FEC. But it takes courage for a sitting minister to do that one. So why can't some people do same thing in this scenario? So we cannot be held hostage by some few people. So the right thing has to be done, like you rightly pointed out. Perhaps maybe the party or the president has to revisit this issue, because there are different interpretations of what actually transpired when the president met the stakeholders. So the speaker came with his own different interpretation that the deputy governor had to sign a letter on a detailed letter of resignation. To me, that's bunkung. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Because what is playing out that there are different interests. The deputy governor is interested to become acting governor. I mean, the speaker is interested to be acting governor. So, and of course, the deputy governor wants to be acting governor. But the right thing needs to be done. So the speaker, of course, wants the deputy governor out of the way so that he too could become an acting governor. So it's a lot of political interest, and all this is geared towards next year's election. Only God determines who will be alive next year. So they should stop all this nonsense and let Ondo State regain its rightful self. Akeredolu has done so well as the leader of the Southwest Governors Forum, particularly during the rampaging herdsmen. He led the Southwest governors, very well. Yeah, so it doesn't deserve this thing that some few members of his family and some members of his cabinet are doing to him. He doesn't deserve it. So the right thing ought to be done for deputy governor to be the acting president, to be the acting governor.
Uncle Richie, what legal steps can be taken now to compel the House to give the deputy governor the full complement of governorship power so that he can function in that capacity? I thought an amendment to our laws had guaranteed that. I thought an amendment to the law had guaranteed that. What's going on? Can't the court be, compel them to take the action?
For example, there's an action in court filed by some lawyers in Ondo State to declare Akeredolu incapacitated. And once that is done, of course, automatically the deputy governor steps in as the acting governor. So those have to be taken. But again, you have to look at the political environment. You have a very selfish and pliant House of Assembly due to the selfish interest of the leadership of the House, who are, of course, want to step into any vacuum. So that makes it even more difficult in terms of political solution. But now that a group of lawyers have already gone to court in that regard, so hopefully before the court goes on Christmas vacation, this matter will be had to some extent to see how the governor can be declared incapacitated. And as I said, that these people are not being fair to Aketi. I mean, why do you have to, allow this man, subject this man to this kind of indignity? This man ought to have resigned. You brought him from Germany, even though he wasn't well enough. You brought him from Germany, kept him in Ibadan, incommunicado. Come on. I mean, it is wicked. It is devious. It is perfidious for something to do that kind of thing. So let's hope what happens.
The action of the House of Assembly in all this.
Sorry?
The House of Assembly.
That's what I said. The House of Assembly are complicit in all these things because the Speaker is also interested to become acting governor. So they are complicit. And that's why they felt as well, let's get the deputy governor out of the way. Then there's a vacuum. Now, of course, being number 3 man, then the Speaker will step in as acting governor. And that will now give him a good chance because perhaps it is interested to become governor next year. So the House of Assembly is complicit. That's why that's why the whole of this issue of impeachment or no impeachment crisis have been past couple of months. I mean, for God's sake, Ondo people want good governance. And what we have been saying that we are being the news for every bad reason. We shouldn't be. It's most unfair to that state.
All right. I want to thank you, Uncle Richard Akinola. Thank you, veteran
Thanks so much.
and the stakeholder in Ondo State. Thank you for your intervention. Jide, we have to, this should be gotten over with on time.
Yes. Well, there's nothing more to add. They just have to do the right thing.
The State House of Assembly will be indicted.
Akeredolu was the former president of the Nigerian Bar Association. If he were to be active now, he will have gone to court on this case to ensure that the deputy governor. So I want to see if we can also explore the NBA. Probably they can set up a group to go and meet him because at the end of the day, although people are going to be denied a lot of opportunities in terms of governance.
Was their president.
Yeah, you know.
All right. Now, there is hope in the horizon regarding stability in the price